Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is WWJ Whipping with Joe from the island of Kauai, Hawaii. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and for those who have donated to my website, again, thank you. And I hope you enjoy more videos that I produce, and you enjoy yourself, and hopefully you can catch more fish. Anyway, we're sporting the Stradic C5000, which is the FK model, newest one in the block. What we've got, this one here, we put down about 40 cranks or 30 cranks of 20-pound braid Power Pro. Then we put on the top end, we connect it to a uni knot, about 130 cranks of 30-pound braid. So we got 30-pound braid on the top. This is so you can put more line. It's rated at 30-pound braid at 200 yards. I approximately got here by the crank at 41 inches per crank. I've got approximately 230 yards in here. And we've connected this thing to the HMG 6'6" rod. One of my favorites, small for small game stuff. Other than 7 foot and 6'10". And love the knob. Perfect, very light, similar to the FJ. And he's got the X ship. This is the Hagane technology. Which is the gear, supposed to last longer. I know they are very well made. I don't know about this Hagane technology, but the old one, cold forge. Like I said, I'm comparing this reel with a lot of other reels because of the size, and you probably can compare with the Daiwas. Okay, I had the SS 1300. I went to 3 of those. I went to 2 of the SS 1600 Daiwas. I went to those 3 or 5 reels in 10 months. Then I got into the Stradic CI or FI, 3K FI was a perfect one, very smooth too. Then I went to the 3K CI4. That was a good one. I mean, you know, expensive, but anyway, then from there I went to the 4K CI4, then the FJ 5000 FJ. I got 3 of those. The biggest one landed with 30-pound power braid is down there. It was a 22-pound omilu, and that gave me an action there. But that was the biggest fish that I caught on 30-pound braid. Then I got spooled and went over to the 6000 FJ and got spooled on that. So I had to go to I had 3 6000 FJ, and then I had 3 8K FJ, 8000 FJ. And you asked me why I went to 3 of them of each. It's because they failed, okay? Just to tell you, it's because the way I fish, I fall in the water gets in, and how this happens is, this is your spool here. You take the spool off, there's a cap, because there's a rotor. You take this rotor off, then you're going to get just the body here. All you see then is the shaft. You've got a pinion gear, and then you get the clutch mechanism, and guess what? Gearbox. No protection. So when the water gets in here, or sand, it's small and tight, but if this says go dunking, goes in the water, water goes up in there, comes down, go right in the shaft, and guess what? It's in the gearbox. And that's where the problem of the Stradics were. So I've been through a lot of Stradics. I know you got them, but if you're going to swim, if you're going to do the kind of fishing I go, and you go in the water, if you're on the shoreline, then it's okay. But once you go in the water like I do, I go in the rocks and wade deep there and fall in. You know, waves crash me over, and there it goes. Reel goes in the water, and that is how the Stradics failed for me. So I went over to the Lihui fish supply, and then I had I forgot his name. He was a Shimano rep, and he said, "Oh, you should need to get the spheros." But the spheros at that time was not available at Lihui Fish. So what happens then is I went and put them on order. I paid about $169, and then I got the spheros. And the rest is history. I used the spheros for actually 350 cranking hours. That's a year, almost a year of fishing. And then I sent it in for service. And you know what? That thing was still cranking smooth. It was unreal. And I fished it and no reel had ever lasted that long. No reel had ever lasted that long. But anyway, during that time in the Stradics, I had gone to the pflueger. I had 1 pflueger. Went through one of those. I went to the Penn battle, and also went to the spinfisher. And I went to the finnors, Lt40, went to the Lt60, went through all of those. And out of all those reels, and now I had the Penn clash. I still recommend the spheros for the price of $160, because that reel has been durable for me, has produced for me. And said that is the one that caught the 100-pound GT. I actually caught 4 GTs in a row with that Papa Joe lure, all with the spheros. And I still love that reel. It's just the ratio is good enough for me to do my crank and pop. When you go into the gosa is too fast. The gosa and this one here, the FK, the ratio is too fast. I can't crank and pop as fast as I can the spheros. Just to tell you, that's the difference. This one here is a crank pop, crank pop. In the other, when I'm using the spheros, it's a crank pop, but because the retrieve is slow, and I feel that the popping action is a better action than one that's crank pop. The pop's too slow, I think. But you know, like I said, so I don't use that because the rhythm's wrong. I can't get the rhythm of the crank and pop, crank pop. It just don't work. And if you can get it to do it, it's extremely hard. So you can do it with probably a stick bait when you don't have a cup like so. But once you get a cup like this, it's difficult. But anyway, so this is the series, and I tested this one here, it's smooth. And look at the line lay straight out of the box. All my Stradics has been this way. Perfect line lay. No shims added, no shims removed. Maybe because this is we're using Power Pro. I've used Power Pro, I've tried JB, Jerry Brown, and I also tried Tough Line. But I still came back with Power Pro. It's been productive for me. A lot of people don't like it. But well, all I can say is, well, I say it's in the pudding. I don't know, I mean, you know, you watch my videos, I've caught them on Power Pro, and it works just fine for me. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. WWJ Whipping with Joe with the Shimano FK, another wind reel. You just be careful that it doesn't go in the water, and I already explained that because of the cap. So anyway, good luck to you, and have a great evening or morning tomorrow when you go whipping. It's a good reel for $200, and got all these bearings and all that kind of stuff. But this is really thin, but it has worked. Okay, again, WWJ Whipping with Joe with the Stradic 5000 FK with 30-pound braid and with the HMG 6'6" medium heavy. Aloha from the island of Kauai. Yeah.